All right. Here we go. Listen, I just got this sent to me, and this is happening live right now. I am, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's trying to connect. Damn it. Shoot. Okay. This is not connecting. It is connected. Listen, this is happening right now as we speak. Let me take this off of connection because, yeah. All right, come on in, come on in. I just got sent this, and this is happening right now on Taz's channel. Him and Angry Biracial are live together, hollering at one another. Hold on. Let me see if I can get up on. This is crazy. What I just look, I just had to go live. This is crazy. Let's see. This is happening right now, so I don't even have the link. Let me grab this real quick. You all won't believe. This is a lot deeper. This is a lot deeper than any of us could have imagined. Here. All right. So on Taz's channel, Taz was live right now, hollering, going off. All right, here.
Right. But you know what I've done? Report of him with his pants down. Did you just see that shit? Mm-hmm. A screenshot of a report. Mm-hmm.
That nigga damn near made me. Hey, that's gaslighting. He almost made me believe that I didn't just
talking his entire crew. If you want to come up,
let me mute this motherfucker. What'd you say, Brother Moses?
Like, all right. So let me tell you all.
What the fuck crazy shit you got?
Let me drop the link. Oh, you're back? Oh, I thought I blocked you.
Let me tell you all what just happened.
I've been live the whole time, so I thought I blocked you.
You know what? We got to go live on every platform. Let's hurry up.
Bitch, you done already blocked my original account. Don't sit your bitch ass up here and pretend like I'm lying, nigga.
Hold on. Let me get this. My captions up.
Link is
ain't no point in muting me, bro.
Talking all that lying bullshit.
So
now why in the hell?
If I blocked you, how the fuck you on here talking?
Hey, my nigga, don't mute me.
Go. Link is dropped.
Don't mute me. Don't
let me share my background again. Let me share my background again.
Ain't gonna happen, bro. Are we having a conversation or what?
So
now, show your face to make sure.
Right. So
let me pause this real quick to just give you all. Listen. Listen. I was not planning on going live, right? Let me just jump real quick to just let you all know what is going on. Okay. All right. So there's an expose that is going on right now. And the expose is about a person who I exposed last year. And there were some things that took place behind the scenes with a person who was exposed as a known criminal in my expose. And after these things went on behind the scenes, I did not touch this story again because this is what I will say. Maybe if a man says it, people will listen, right? So now Taz is exposing Angry Biracial. And he was trying to get on, this is happening right now. He was trying to get on Angry Biracial's live, and Angry Biracial kept blocking him. And he was like, oh, this is the back end of my account. Everyone can see. But Taz was live and showing how Angry Biracial was blocking him, right? Then he finally, so Taz's people were in the chat, and he finally was able to get up on there through another account that he had to come in through the back end on. And then he confronted Angry Biracial. Here we go. Listen, there's some things that I know that I have not spoken about because I cannot speak about it. Let's go.
You bitch ass nigga. I'm here to drag your bitch ass and talk to you.
So was that hard?
Which one do you want? Bitch, you done already blocked my original account. Bro, which one do you want? Don't sit your bitch ass up here and pretend like I'm lying, nigga.
Hold on, let me meet you real quick.
You're stuttering.
One,
Ain't no point in muting me, bro.
And you're a crackhead. Look, we live in the same state, dude.
You
You have a
stuttering.
car? Are you able to drive?
Hey, my nigga, don't mute me.
Did you make it do to do, bitch?
Don't mute me. Did you wet the bed too?
Well, I'm muting you because when I'm talking,
You a bedwetter bitch?
Up like the bitch you
Yeah,
are.
that ain't gonna happen, bro. So are we having a conversation or what? Was you a bedwetter?
We're not having a conversation when you came on here.
Right, so fuck you, bitch ass nigga. I'm here to drag your bitch ass. Or
Did you piss in the bed?
When I'm done talking,
which one do you want?
When I'm done talking,
Hey, bro, when
I'm done talking, then your bitch ass can talk.
Bro, you
You're not gonna overtalk me.
You're stuttering.
On my channel. You ain't gonna overtalk me in my channel. When I'm done talking,
You're stuttering.
Shut your crack smoking mouth up, boy.
You're stuttering.
Shut your crack smoking mouth up.
You're stuttering.
And let me talk. When I'm done talking, then your bitch ass can talk.
Did you wet the bed too? You got a white. Was you a bed wetter, bitch? Was your bitch wetter? You stuttering motherfucker? Was you a white bitch? Submit you ain't your was you a bed?
Trying to have this conversation?
Did you piss in the bed?
Is this what you want to come online for?
Do I need to pull?
Is this it?
Do I need to? Hey, bro, get it together, then, fam.
Is this it? When I'm done talking,
I need to pull up to her house.
When I say you can talk,
and interview. That's what you got to say, then, nigga.
Little bum ass nigga.
Bitch ass up.
Do I need to pull up to your mama house and interview? Bitch ass up. I suggest your brother. You go again.
Crack smoking.
You got to come better than that, bro.
Look.
You got a white mama, bro. You got to come better than that.
What the fuck?
Bro, we just exposed you, bro. We just seen the white bitch, bro. Lisa Mitchell ain't your mama. Your mother, Lisa Mitchell ain't your mama.
And you a crackhead.
I respect you. Lisa Mitchell ain't your mama, nigga. I respect your mother. Hey, Lisa Mitchell ain't respecting your mother. Do I? Are you disrespecting your mother? Do I need to pull up to her house and air her? Why did you say your mother died? Do I need to pull up to her house, nigga, and interview her?
Look,
little bum ass nigga. Do I need to pull up to your?
There's an echo in it because Taz was live and went on his live because Angry Biracial was lying about whether or not he had blocked Taz. So Taz is live and on the air, and there's a delay between the live stream and his live stream and the phone call. So this is just how it is. This is live happening right now.
Shut your stuttering, bedwetting ass, calm down, nigga. I make shit worse. Stop lying on your mama, nigga. Your mama got your baby pictures, nigga. Well, your mother wouldn't have baby pictures. Your mother wouldn't have to be worried. I'm an interviewer. I respect your mom, fam. Who got back Why are you disrespecting your mother? Why are you disrespecting?
So remember, Angry Biracial was going on talking about how his mother was dead, his father was a pimp. I exposed him last year, and I stepped away from the story because I realized that this person is not well in the head based on some things that went on behind the scenes, of which I will not talk about. He's not well. Not only from the expose that I did, but apparently his mother's still alive. The person that he's claiming was his father and a pimp, that everything that you can imagine was a lie. Not only that, it gets worse than that, but this is live right now. So let's hear this before this live is taken down.
You want to see him? You want to see both? Bro, that's great. Why did you say? No, that type of shit recorded. Why did you say your mother died? That shit on the record. You want to pull it up? Why did you say your mother died? Do you want to pull him up?
She did die. Why? Well, why is your wife?
Do you want to pull him up?
Why is your wife?
Bro, stop. But your mama got your baby, my child, nigga. Bro, we got your motherfucker.
Why is your wife paying you back child?
Hey, bro, nobody. Who got? I am gonna. Who got back child support?
Answer that question.
I can show you both of my child support cases. My nigga.
Why is your wife?
Why are you so scared to let me? You want to see him? You want to see both of my back child support cases closed?
My mother.
You know that type of shit recorded.
Alone.
That shit on the record.
You're so scared to let me talk, bro.
That shit on the record. You want to?
My birth certificate.
Why
You
are
live in
you so
Ohio?
scared, bro?
Do you want to pull them up?
Do you live in Ohio?
My little brother.
Do you want to pull them up?
You live in Ohio?
No, I don't.
Shit, show me that.
But do you want to pull up the receipts of my
I'm
child
smoking
support?
crack in Ohio, man.
Kang, you're not gonna overtalk me, Kang. I'm not gonna overtalk you.
Mutt.
Pull it up again. Let's look at it.
Look. So
Pull
all
it
your
up again.
court
Let's look
records
at
But
it.
I am though. I am gonna overtalk.
I think it said trafficking.
All your
Don't you know what
court records,
trafficking is?
I haven't got to work.
Allegedly trafficked,
I'm talking.
bitch.
Why you so scared
Your
of
mama
your
allegedly trafficked.
Why you so?
So look,
my nigga?
you talk when I say
Why you so?
Didn't you say your mama was trafficked, bitch?
Why are you?
all your court records.
Bro, your story.
Why are you so
Trafficking?
scared?
I'm gonna keep muting you.
Huh?
So scared, bro.
Bro,
Why you so
All your
scared?
court records
Listen to
are
your
out of
heart,
Ohio,
bro.
right?
You know
So,
why? You can't paint
If
no
you don't
narrative.
live in Ohio, why you getting arrested for
You can't
smoking
paint
crack
no
in Ohio?
narrative on me, you weak
Hey,
ass.
show me that.
If you got to mute a nigga,
Show me smoking crack in Ohio, fam.
fucking bitch,
I've
bro.
been showed the
This
same.
why you wouldn't pull up.
Pull it up again. Let's look
I
at it.
shouldn't have to keep unmuting myself.
Pull it up again. Let's look at
My
it.
nigga, why are you such
I
a
think it said
coward?
trafficking.
Why?
Don't you know what
Why you
trafficking
keep
is?
doing
Wasn't your
And
mama
most
allegedly
traffickers,
trafficked?
hold on. And
Wasn't
most
your mama
I
allegedly
haven't
trafficked?
spoken
and most
yet.
traffickers who can't afford,
Didn't you say your mama was?
and most
Let's
traffickers,
wait. Let's wait.
Ain't that part of your story?
and most
Let's wait till he
traffickers
done.
who
Huh?
are so broke that
Bruh,
lawyer
you
doesn't
missing-
wanna
you're
sue their
missing-
ass for you threatening their family.
You know why?
Are crack smokers.
Narrative on me, nigga.
Are
You
crack
can't
smokers.
put on me, you weak ass
Is-
bitch.
Is that it?
If
Is
you
all
got to mute a nigga, bro, you
because you ain't talking
fucking
over,
bitch,
bro.
bro.
Is
This
that all
why
you got?
up, bro.
Is
I
that all
shouldn't
you
have to
got?
keep
Look, you want my address, Kang? You want to
my
handle this
nigga.
like
Why are you
fucking
such a
me?
coward?
You want to handle this like
Why?
me? You want my
Why do you
address,
keep
Kang?
muting me, bro?
Because you're not talking over me. When I'm done talking,
I haven't spoken
you
yet.
can talk.
My nigga,
When
I
I'm done
don't want to
talking,
fight
when I
you.
say you
I don't
can
want
talk,
to
you
fight
can
you.
talk.
I will put you in a
Let's
fucking
wait.
box.
Let's wait till he done.
But this ain't that. Fuck you, nigga. I ain't playing with you,
you
nigga.
want
This
my
ain't no
address, Kang?
motherfucking
You
fight,
want
nigga.
to
I'm
have
bruh.
We be part
Don't
of the
talk to me,
boxing
bro.
love.
You have
You
a
wanna do that?
gang mentality.
We can live stream that shit. We can live
Bro,
stream
you
me
want
knocking
to
your ass
die?
out. Answer
Is
that.
that what you want? Don't you
Bro, I
got
live in Las Vegas. Anytime you're ready to die,
don't
I
you
live in
got
Las Vegas.
bastards?
Okay, well, I'm gonna respond to that. You want me to buy you a plane
I'll
ticket?
put you in a casket, bro, like you said your mama was.
You ready to
Where
leave
your daddy
behind
actually
just like
is,
a
man.
gang.
Stop.
You want to go meet your daddy,
Let
nigga?
me finish talking.
Other than that, bro, I
Let me
want
finish talking. I'm gonna keep muting you.
shit, nigga. I will
Are we gonna have a conversation? Or are you gonna keep trying to
fight
talk?
you. I don't want to fight,
Are we gonna talk? You want me to buy you a plane
but
ticket?
this ain't that.
Ain't that
You want me to buy you a plane ticket?
I ain't playing with you, nigga. This ain't no motherfucking fight, nigga. I want,
You want me
bro.
to buy you a plane
Don't
ticket?
talk to me, bro. You have a
made up, Jesse?
If it's not a fight, then why are you talking shit?
Why you pretending?
bro. You want to die?
Jesse
Is
McDuck.
that what you want? Don't you got six bastards?
2007 in federal
Come
court.
try.
Don't you got six bastards?
Yes,
Come
yes, I
try.
have a lot more to say. Let me say that.
You got six
Yeah, we know you're
behind just like a cat,
The six bastards.
Jesse
I'm married. What the
yeah.
bro.
fuck
You got
talking
six
about?
bastards.
I'm married. Like,
The
is that what
motherfucker
you
who was
gonna
in
make
You
jail
ready to leave him behind?
going to
Is that what you
the
do?
military
You
for
gonna make
44
up
days.
shit?
You ready to leave him behind?
Days, my nigga.
That's my number.
4
Right there.
days.
You said I'm gonna make
That's my number.
44
Right
days, bro.
my nigga. Your life is made up.
there. That's my
Jesse.
number. Right there. That's my number. Come on.
Everybody knows your life is made up, Jesse.
Nah,
Why you pretending, Jesse?
fucking
Jesse Macbeth. The man who was
44
convicted in 2007 and
Hey, bro, let's have a
all you got to
conversation.
Jesse
say.
Macbeth. Yes, yes, I have a lot more to say, but you won't.
I'm talking now, King. My name is
Yeah,
Jesse
we know
Macbeth.
you're talking. You've been talking
My
to
name is Jesse
86
Macbeth.
times, bro.
Jesse
You're gonna
Macbeth.
shut the
Yes,
fuck
the
up.
war
You're
criminal,
gonna shut the fuck up, crackhead.
the
while I'm talking.
motherfucker who was in jail
You're
for
gonna shut the
going
fuck up
to
Listen,
while I'm talking.
but I am.
44 days, my nigga.
While I'm talking.
You want to
Yeah. And you went to prison for smoking
44
crack.
days, bro.
You went to prison for smoking crack. You went to prison for beating your fucking wife. For beating your wife like a bitch. Like a bitch. When I'm done talking, then you can talk.
I'm gonna step on
44 days,
step on
man.
like your dad stepped on your
44
mama,
days.
nigga.
Hey, bro, let's have a
44 days.
conversation, my nigga.
44
That's
days,
why
but
you mad, ain't
44
it?
days, but
Let's have a conversation, bitch boy.
I'm not a
You
crackhead.
mad because your daddy
my wife's not paying my
You muted me probably
Daddy-
86
daddy
times,
wants
bro.
a white bitch.
And my
Daddy
wife's
wants
not paying my
Bruh.
back child support.
Yo,
I'm
bruh,
muting you,
bruh, you
and
don't
you're not
have,
gonna talk over me.
bruh.
Daddy
You're
ain't
not
want her,
gonna talk
nigga.
over me.
You mad.
But I
You're not
am.
gonna talk
I
over
don't
me.
have a choice.
Bro, you won't let me talk, nigga.
You won't pass the
My
mic, man.
channel, you play by my rules here, King.
Okay, so pass the mic.
When I'm done, then I'll let you ask me a question.
This is my last time telling you.
No.
Because all you,
No.
look, hey, shut up.
Yes.
I'm gonna
done,
step
I'll
on
let
you
you
like
ask
your
me.
dad stepped on your mama, nigga.
When I'm done, I'll let you
No,
ask.
he
I'll let you
didn't.
ask me
What?
Because that's really why you mad, ain't it?
when you're
You
done,
mad
ask
'cause
me
your
a
dad-
question. See, look,
You mad because your
this is
dad.
what this Kane came here to do. He didn't want to have
You
a
mad because
conversation.
that dad ain't want.
That's what he wants to run his mouth
Pussy ass.
Daddy ain't want
and spew a bunch of
Pussy ass.
your white mama.
and spew
Want
a
her.
bunch of
Daddy
bullshit
ain't want her, nigga.
and just talk shit.
No.
Are you gonna
But
have
you won't
this
let me
conversation?
talk, nigga.
Are you gonna have this conversation, Kang? Or are you just gonna sit there and run your mouth like a bitch?
I'm sad.
Are you gonna have this conversation or not?
This is my last time telling you, bro.
You gonna have this conversation or not? Answer. Yes or no?
Yes, let's have a
Being
conversation.
interrupted.
Okay, then shut your
All right,
mouth
so
and I'll ask, and when I'm
why
done,
you lie on your
I'll
dad,
ask-
fam? Why you lie on your father?
So, your question is this.
So what's your father's name?
My father's name is Timothy Macbeth.
Okay, because I doxed him. What's his actual name? Because that's his alias.
My father's dead.
Yeah, because I'm the motherfucking goat, bitch. So what's his other name?
You're the fucking cockslurper. What the fuck you are? Fucking crackhead.
Right, that's great.
What are you talking about?
But don't start muting me again. He hurt. We know. He died in 2013. We know. We know he died in 2013. So again, excuse me. I mean, not 2013, 2020. Right. 2020. My bad, fam. My fault. I was thinking about something else. My fault. You're right. My bad, bro. Yeah, pull it up right quick.
Right now.
Pull it up.
How much of a dummy this motherfucker is?
Yeah, I misspoke, but go ahead.
Oh, you misspoke.
Yeah, I misspoke.
So hold on. You put my father's obituary.
Yeah, because you know, niggas can make a mistake and say we made a mistake. You know how you outright fraudulently lived a whole life that you didn't live? I don't do that.
You know how you outright
Oh Lord, I think.
You gotta come better, fam. Pull your dad obituary up though, bro.
Shut your mouth before I meet you again.
Hold on. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me get the volume up on this.
The lady that they're trying to say is my mother. I mean, again, this is all this crackhead got. All these Kangs got. It's a bunch of bullshit. All right, I'm about to put up.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. Gotcha. I want to see it, fam. Shout out to him too, man. He was a good man.
This was a lot. Listen, I am not fully well versed. Listen, this is a lot. This is a lot. You know, the thing about it is, listen. I only came live because this was happening and unfolding right now, and I thought that you all would want to know that there are updates and that there have been updates that I have not been able to do because real life is real life, and there are people out here who are not well, and there's a lot going on, and this is unfolding right now. I don't even know whose channel to go to or what to look at because this is, let me, there's a lot happening, right? So someone says that they're confused. All right. Let's start at the very beginning. There is a man that started going viral last year on TikTok. He was going viral. I can show him to you, right? this man, let's put this here. This man right here, let me pull this guy, his name is Angry Biracial, right? And he was going viral for talking about Black men, and there were a lot of Black women that resonated with what it is that he was saying, because he was basically positing it from my father was Black, so I have an authority to speak on Black men. And he was talking about how Black men ain't this and ain't that, because his father was allegedly a pimp, that his Egyptian mother coming over here, that his white Egyptian mother came over here in school. She was an exchange student or something like that. And his father allegedly pimped her and turned her into a prostitute and a drug user and all this other stuff. And she lost custody of them and all of that, right? So what ended up happening is a lot of you sent me his stuff. I decided that that I would react to some of his videos. I got in touch with him behind the scenes, and there was a song of his that I played in my video. I felt that that his message was a perspective that people needed to hear as from a biracial person. I don't talk about who it is that I speak to behind the scenes. And so one day, so this is how I typically do it. And I'm going to be completely honest with you all. This is how I typically do it. How I typically do it is, before I collaborate with someone, I speak with them behind the scenes. It's very rare, especially since some collaboration fails that I've had in the past. It's very rare for me to just bring people up anymore without me having had a conversation with them behind the scenes, right? So what I like to do now is to be like, oh, look, here's this person, right? Let's collaborate with this person. And it seems very, very organic in that moment, so that people don't know who I'm talking to or what is going on behind the scenes, right? So I had him come up on a broadcast because I figured this would be a great way to introduce him to you all, for the people who didn't know him. And on the broadcast, we were talking about his biracial daughters not wanting brown-skinned dolls. And on that conversation, things started to get a little strange, a little funny, right? And there was some red flag kind of things that were pulling up through the conversation, because, I am a trained life coach, and there's certain things that just rise above the conversation, right? And so I was asking him questions, and he started getting flustered and flummoxed, right? And things began to unravel. After that, I started getting messages from people who were like, just Google his name. When I Googled his name, what it is that I saw was stunning, startling, and befuddling. He was apparently some fake army vet, right? He lied about going to Iraq and capital R wording women and capital K wording children and burning their bodies at the behest of the US government, right? He went into a documentary in which he pretended he forged paperwork trying to get a pension from the government. Meanwhile, he never made it out of basic training. The uniform that he had on in his pictures were fake. His beret was fake. Everything was fake. He was in this documentary fake. Like, what type of person lies about this type of stuff, right? Like, these are all patterns that continue on. This is happening still right now. Let me see what they're saying over here. All right, nothing's really happening right now that I can hear, right? So nonetheless, from there, people started talking about how this man was a woman beater with a long criminal record, right? And it gets much worse than that. So I said, what? I paid for a background check on this man. What I saw made my stomach drop to the bottom of the pit. The pit of my stomach fell out. And I did a live video risking myself to get this information to you all. risking myself to get this information to you all. And what I was met with was Black women who were like, Tonya, you're the narcissist. Look at what you're doing. Why are you trying to hurt this man? We need somebody advocating for Black women. Meanwhile, they're giving him hundreds upon thousands of dollars because we're so easily fooled. From that time that I did that video, a lot of people have contacted me behind the scenes. A lot. And I have a lot more information, but I didn't say anything. And then there was a vlogger, a Black female vlogger in New York, who allowed this man to send her this forging man, right? She allowed this man to send her forged text messages. This man, oh God, I don't want to even talk about this right now because it's still not in the clear. And I'm risking myself by doing this video right here. But this Black female vlogger in New York, and I, as a New Yorker, I'm offended by that because never once did she reach out to me and say, you know what, sis? Let me run this information by you. Let me see how true this info is. Never once did she say, you know what, sis? I'm hearing some stuff. The man went to prison for forgery. You don't think he can forge some text messages? And the thing is that this man is very smart. He knows exactly how to pinch at the nerves of women and men. What he did was, what is the best lie that you can tell about a woman that'll make other people not like her? What is the best lie that you can tell? So he told the best lie that he could. Oh, Tonya is a Jezebel. Tonya wants me. I'm a married man, and this single hussy was trying to get in between my marriage, but I rebuffed her. Now, mind you, I'm just going to say this because this dawned on me after the fact. This is a man who is claiming to be Muslim, right? Because it's like his lies, just like the snake that eats its own tail. The lies cannibalize themselves. This is a man who is pretending to be Muslim, right? Muslim men can have 4 wives. Why would he be offended? Like, let's say that there were a woman, because I won't even put myself in that scenario. Let's say that there were a woman who was trying to get with him. Why would it be so offensive if you're a man who can have 4 wives, right? But his lies, they come circular and then eat themselves up. But he knew the one lie that he could tell. The lie is that I'm an immoral woman of loose morals and character, and is also trying to take away the husband from a dark-skinned Black woman who is married and pious and committed to his wife, that hussy Jezebel. And there were people who believed the lie. There's still people who believe the lie. There was a Black female vlogger who wanted to collaborate with me a few months ago. And people came to her page to spew the lies that this man had told. And this Black female vlogger decided that she wouldn't collaborate with me as a result, right? And so it's like, here we are in an environment, and these are things that I don't talk about. The person that has baby pictures of him, the white woman who has baby pictures of that man, is currently to this very day writing people back on Facebook. They got baby pictures of the boy. It's up online. Not only that, there's been so much that has been revealed about this man that I have not spoken about. Because I'm like, People, I'm a woman, I'm black. People won't care anyway what it is that I have to say. And the people that he's hurt, black women, they won't care what they have to say either. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. And this is not his first time hurting a black woman. So, this wasn't even his first or second time forging. How you do anything is how you do everything. But black women are so deteriorated as a collective, deteriorating. Prove that she's dead. Give me the death certificate, please. Because the woman who is saying that she's his mother, that he would not deny is his mother in that screaming match with Taz, the woman who is saying that she is his mother is currently writing people right now. Show her death certificate, then send it to me. Go to TonyaTKO.com, click on contact, send me the death certificate. You know what? As a matter of fact, if you have it, send it to me, because we will go to the state, because that's public record, because we know that this man is very good at forging. So if you have a copy of a death certificate, please, beg you, let us go for the original. Because I showed you all in my phone the original text messages, right? I showed you all. But another vlogger didn't even care to vet her information. But people believed it, right? Oh, somebody says, I'm disappointed in AB. Please. Predators are going to have their predations. It's up to you to have due diligence. But we're so desperate for any person with a what? Any person with a penis. We're so desperate for any one of them to speak sweet nothings in our ear. Say exactly what it is that we want to hear. And we up our wallet. We up our home. We up our body. And some of us are giving up our children too. So no, I will not stand up here and stand behind just any old black woman just because she's black and has a vagina. No. Because I know that there's a lot of problems in our community. And I know that there's a lot of issues that we as women have. So much so that now that another person with a penis has exposed him, I bet you they listen now because of all of the women that came out about all of these different men. It wasn't until men started coming out that even women started to listen. This includes R. Kelly. This includes Bill Cosby. Oh, you know how Bill Cosby got called to the mat? Because a black male comedian exposed him, and then people started to listen. 67 women spoke, and their word meant nothing. One man comes out, and then all of a sudden now it means something. Will people listen now? Now that another person with a penis has come out to expose this man? Because you all don't know what it is that I have had to deal with behind the scenes after exposing him. Why do you think I never said anything else? You don't know what it is that I had to deal with. Like I said, I risked myself coming forward. To be met with what? If you all don't care, what am I risking my life for? This is a very dangerous man. And from the time that I exposed him the first time, black women should have listened. But, so, are there people, let me put the comments up on the screen, argue for him because he's live right now. So I know that that's not him in fake accounts. Argue for him. Let us see. Let us see. Come on, let me get my lights on for this. Argue for him. Let us see your names. Let us see the preponderance of it. Let us see how many of you there are. Speak for him. Speak. Because you all are so committed to believing the lie that the truth will be staring you right in your face and you will scream down at it. Because you show yourself hate by the way that you hate other people who look like you for a person that you don't know who has come out of nowhere. Oh, I could play you videos because I have videos. I could play you videos. I'm going to wait for the person with the penis to drop it first. I'll play you videos because I know. Listen, you know what? I'll say this. Because there's a lot of you out there who are running around wanting to believe anything as long as they say something bad about black men. It don't matter who or what they are. They could be a white man, a black woman, a biracial man, an Asian man. It doesn't matter as long as they're saying something bad about black men. I'll believe anything. Eat it up. Here's my money. Right? But I have videos. But I'll tell you this. So why don't you do this? This is what you do. Any person that you choose to believe lock, stock, and barrel, just scroll down their timeline. Scroll down. Because people who make a lot of videos, they get sloppy and the internet never forgets. Just scroll down. Google their name and just scroll down the videos. Go back about 5 years, 10 years even. Most of the people that you love so much 10 years ago, 5 years ago, they were speaking something completely opposite to what it is that you're listening to now, but they followed the gravy train. Let me tell you what AI told me last week. AI told me to make videos. They said, listen, Tonya, these are the videos right now that'll get the most views. And they told me that I needed to talk about black men, I don't remember the one that they told me to talk about with black men, but they told me to talk about basically the AI knows that there's a gender war among black men and women. They told me to talk about that. I ignored that stuff because I was like, I'm not going to be talking about that. And I just scrolled down the list of the most popular topics. And up there at the near the top was women opting to be single and child-free. The AI knows this is a popular topic. So this is what is going on out here. Oh, California says there's a new YouTuber gaining popularity, and he used to harass me on Facebook. How long ago? 5 years? 10 years? Some of them don't even wait that long. Listen, I mean, I don't like calling people's names in my videos, but some of those people that you share the most, 5 years ago, they were saying something different. I don't want to start calling names, but I will, right? 10 years ago, they were saying something completely different. So, Taz credited Tonya because she already earned y'all. What? But the desperation for biracial approval is too strong. Well, look, I don't know if anybody credited me or said anything before tonight because I was sent this video. And when I clicked on it, I was like, what is this? And I was listening, and then it started going down. When I first came on this broadcast, I didn't even have a shirt on. Listen, do you really wish that I would call names? Do you really? It doesn't make any sense to. Look, this is what I'll say, right? Just scroll down the timeline, Google their name. Just scroll down, Google their name. You know, and the crazy part about it is that, you know what? Okay, I'll call two names. I'll call two names only because these two names I collaborated with 5, 6 years ago, right? Ace Metaphor called me all types of bitches in my comments after I exposed him and his fuckery online. I collaborated with him. Just search for my name and his name. Now he got some show and they're touring all around. And now he's taking women's talking points and is regurgitating them right to you through the spurting out women's talking points right into your ear and eye. Yeah. Another one, I'll say, Mr. Let Go. 5 years ago, he was a woman's quote unquote empowerment coach. Meanwhile, he lurking inside of him were his misogynistic talking points. Now, I said those two names. What did that do for you? Because that puts me at risk for when their minions run over. Because listen, there are women in my comments who are so vacant on the inside that they're looking for their entertainment through the hurt of a Black woman. So I said those two names, right? Renee says, what? You can't believe that? Oh, I wish I had screenshotted it. I wish I had screenshotted it. But he knew, like his emotions got the best of him, and then he deleted his comments. Because I was writing back to him, because I didn't think he was going to delete them, because when I write something, I stand on it. Oh, yes. Yes. Somebody is saying they can't believe what? You can't believe, oh, you can't stand Mr. Let Go today, but 6 years ago, there were women on his jock because he was telling women what they needed to do to get a man, to be more presentable, to this, that, and the other. Meanwhile, deep inside of him beated a manosphere red pill heart, a black pill heart. Let me see what's going on this live. There's a lot of people on this channel now.
I'm starting to recognize that there's a pathology of women following other people who seem to project a lot, to include this guy. Like, this man is talking about Black men being kings and stuff, but he is like the top federal chain of what a king is, far more than any Black man is. And yet, black women and other people seem to follow him, just because they talk about the whole Black men and the issue with Black men, all that type of stuff. Like, how is it that women seem to be following people who project all these different issues, and be able to have like this cult following to those people? You want to know what it is? It's the reverse of what Kevin Samuels did, and unfortunately, a lot of women were hurt.
All right. Well, that's still going on. We'll check in on that in a moment, right? So this is what I am going to say. And if there's anything that you can learn from my example, right, is this. Hear me very well, right? Don't put yourself in danger. Protect your life. What happens in the dark will always come to light. There's some things that I know now about others, but I'm not going, because you know what? I realized that for those who want to believe, right? For those who want to believe, no proof is enough. For those who don't want to believe, no evidence is suffice. So people are going to believe whatever it is that they choose to believe because of where it is that they are as a human being at that moment. Because there are people who still to this day will send me this man's videos, and I'm like, I guess you didn't Google my name and his. There's still people. There was one person, I think I screenshotted it just because I was like, you know what, I'm going to be caught out there without screenshots. This person was tagging me, talking about how I'm such a narcissist and all this other stuff, right? Talking about the fallout that I had with this man, angry biracial. They were calling me the narcissist. And I said, I said, with all of the research and the learning that you do online about what the narcissistic behaviors and patterns are, that you're in this situation looking at two people, and even with all of your research, you can't tell between the two of us which is the narcissist. It's like you can look at a 20-year pattern of degeneracy, arrest records, criminal time, harassment, woman beating, stalking, harassment, domestic violence, and all types of craziness on one person's end. All the lies, even the lies that they were telling at that time about me, obsessed with me, wanting to get my attention, making video after video, hoping that I'd speak about him again, wanting to make me pay and suffer for exposing him. And then me, and then you can't tell between the two of us which is the narcissist. Listen, I don't even know what to say. All I can say is that my self-love lesson in all of this was protect yourself. What happens in the dark will come to light. That when people are not ready to hear the truth, why put yourself in danger speaking it? Because this is a dangerous man. I won't tell you in what ways, but the arrest record should speak for itself. I mean, how much more do you need? All you need is somebody goofy and doofy to just laugh in front of you with a little stutter and a stammer. Have some images of a person that he claims is his wife come up into the camera. And because you're so fucking desperate for this pie in the sky idea of black love, meanwhile, there are 2 million less black men in this country than there are black women. Forget this fantasy of black love and go find love where you can get it. Stop sitting around desperate for any old bum. Go out there and find love. There are many men out there who want to love you. Listen. So go ahead. Come forward. Oh, somebody said angry biracial doesn't seem dangerous to me. Honey, those are the most dangerous ones. That man is violent and unhinged, and you don't even know it because he seems. Would you like to call in and tell me why to you he doesn't seem dangerous? If you'd like to call in, put up the number 1. I'm talking to that person only, right? If you'd like to call in, put up a number 1 and I'll open up the phone lines because I want you to tell me, because when I first came into contact with that person, he seemed very unassuming and very harmless, because you know those doofy, unattractive, kind of dumpy guys that, especially with the speech impediment and all of that, he seems a little slow mentally. But no, oh no, he is a very dangerous man. And look, when I'm saying this to the camera, you see no blink, no stutter. He is a very dangerous man. Very dangerous. And so call me and tell me why to you that I would be sitting here as a black woman with I am the longest running vlogger in this space. I'm the longest running. I was here with the same message before all of these people came and it became profitable for them. I want somebody, are you willing to call in? Because I remember why I thought that he was harmless. Because I'm like, look at him, he stutters, he has these small kids, he puts his kids in the videos, he's harmless. But take it from me, he's a very dangerous man. He's a violent man too. And there are other Black women who can attest to that. Who is the person who said that he just doesn't seem dangerous to her? Those are the ones that you really have to watch out for. Those are the ones you really have to watch out for. Let me ask you all this question. Of all the men who have ever been violent to you, how many of them seemed violent coming in the gate? Huh? I had a male roommate when I was in Harlem. Turns out he was violent as well. He was a man who was disempowered at his job. He didn't feel like he had much power. But the moment he realized that there was not ever going to be a chance, he turned, he changed. All right. Jeffrey Dahmer had an innocent look. This is how they're able to operate under the guise. They're able to operate below scrutiny. And they're really good at playing victim. They're really good at playing victim. Very good at playing victim, because they will pretend as if other people are doing all of these things to them, and then you feel so sorry for them that by the time it all is said and done, you're ready to fight the real victim and defend the perpetrator. This happens all the time. Any woman who has ever dealt with a violent man knows. They're so charming and they're so convincing, but they're very conniving, and they know exactly what to say and how to turn people against you. So the girl is not going to call in. It looks like she's gone. You know what? Go ahead and like the video. Subscribe if you want to watch video content on self-love. I'm a self-love specialist, and I help women regain their self-love after relationship trauma. And there's lots of different types of relationships, from parents, from husbands, boyfriends, all different types of relationships. I help women regain their sense of self-love. I help women learn to love themselves again. So is the person named Gloria in here? I'm looking for the women who are defending this. Where are the people who are defending it? Never be scared of a man with a deep voice, because the panderers talk to you soft by playing you. Listen, it's the ones that you don't see it coming. This is how people are able, listen, they get jobs at schools to put themselves in proximity with children when they have these proclivities. If a person looked like this, they would never let their children play with these persons. But it's the guy who's like, well, gee, you know, I love my kids. My wife comes through, but you know, she won't let me see the kids very often. And I'd love to take your child out for smoothies. It's that one that you let babysit, the one who seems harmless. And meanwhile, that is how they are able to enact their predations. All right. BB says, can we stop blindly trusting all these males? You know, unfortunately, there's some women too, but I would say for the most part, do not blindly follow any of these men. Vet each and every one of these male content creators. Each and every one. Each and every one. And vet the women too, you know. Let me tell you something. Ever since money got sprinkled into this game, there are a lot of people who are coming in just romancing you with their words. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Let me see. You know what? I'm gonna do something different today. I'm gonna bring you all up. I'll open up the Zoom. Let me see if I could get some of you up here on the Zoom. Let's take a quick break while I set this up. Well, let me ask a question. Are any of you wanting to come up on the Zoom to talk about any of this? There is no vetting. They slot women out of their needs. I don't understand. If there's somebody who would come up on the Zoom, put up the number 2, and then I'll open it up. And lady is saying angry biracial mentioned some facts about those Kangs, though. He's stealing his talking points from women. Angry biracial, black women, angry biracial is not your friend. I could play you some videos. And you know what, as a matter of fact, listen, if there's anybody out there who comes across this video and you have some more of his videos from back when he used to call black women all types of bitches and talk about beating the fuck out of them and harming them, I need some more of those videos. Listen, there will be some that will come out because they're out there. They're probably online right now and you're not able to find them. But if there's some of you who have them, send them to me, please. Because you all are talking about he's speaking some facts. Oh, anybody could listen to a woman's videos, get some pointers, and then change their whole manosphere. Angry biracial is manosphere, red pill through and through. That is a black pill nig cell right there. But you won't see it because he's telling you the sweet nothings in your ear. So there's someone that said that, okay, so let me open up the Zoom. Let's jump to a quick break. I'm going to, after we come back from the break, I'm going to have the Zoom link up and then you all can come on that way. All right. All right. I've put the link for the Zoom in the chat area. So if you want to come up, let me know and I will get you up here. I put the link in So I don't know how else to do it besides just having the link put inside the chat area. I can try to update the description, but I don't know if it'll update now that I'm already live. So all right. So I don't typically use let's see. All right, here. Hello. It looks like she's connecting to audio.
Hello.
Yes, hi. Are you going to jump on camera?
Oh, okay. Well, I actually would rather not jump on camera. I didn't think I was going to be the only one up here because I'm actually in agreement with you. So I was hoping there would be some more people up here. um I actually don't want to hop on camera, Tonya. I'm getting ready for bed, but I actually just want to get in the conversation.
Okay, hold on. Let me put my earpiece in, and this is my first time doing a Zoom instead of a call in. So the link for
Okay.
the Zoom is oops, give me 1 second. The link for the Zoom, I just put it in the comments. Hey Soju.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with Zoom. I don't see you on camera, and I know that I actively took myself off of camera, so I'm not entirely sure how I would even put myself on camera.
Oh,
Sorry.
you would just click on the thing that says start video. So go ahead, and what's your name and where you coming in from?
My name is Mel, and I'm calling from Wisconsin.
Okay. So talk to me.
And well, I actually I'm going to keep this real short and,
Mm-hmm.
and sweet because, like I said, I am well, not sweet necessarily, but real short. I am in agreement with you. I seen that comment that you had said something about. Somebody said in regards to angry biracial seeming like he's nice, and I really just like what you said resonated with me because I noticed that a lot of times people don't really listen to others to actually hear them. They're listening for things that they want to hear. Angry biracial never he doesn't come off as sweet or nice or pleasant. Like I've seen his past videos,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it's just to me, it's astonishing that it just takes a very short snippet for people to say, oh, but he's a nice guy, but he's nice or she's nice. Like, it's just, I don't know. I really didn't have a whole lot to say. I thought there were more, maybe be more people up here because I actually don't have an argument with you. I actually agree with
Oh,
you.
no, this was for
So,
anybody. I just put the link in again. So there was somebody who says she is coming up and she's going to jump on camera. So T, come on up because this is Zoom, so multiple people can come up at the same time. Kenoki is saying you are a misandrist. Well, come on up. Come on up if you feel that way. Hi, Lindsay, you're on live. Where are you calling in from? Oh, she's connecting to the audio, so it takes a few moments. So do you have any experience with a person who is violent?
yes, absolutely. Um, I was actually married for 11 years. And upon meeting this person, I like he didn't come off as violent. He did not exude anything. Like I vetted him. I did everything that I was told I was supposed to do. And I never seen an ounce of violence in this person. It wasn't
Until
until time
Mhm.
was invested that I actually realized that this person, even though to other people he seemed very pleasant, but behind closed doors he was not.
Yeah,
And
and the
and
thing
and that's why I side with you.
And the thing about it is that these men are so convincing with their disarming nature that by the time they finish telling the story,
Yes.
people will be angry with you. They will think that you're the one who abused him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what happened in my case as well. I was told that I was crazy. And in reality, people just didn't see it. Like you said, they become disarmed because people are really good at creating an illusion. You know, they wear a mask. So in public, and it's funny because violent, like I feel like especially in 2023, you know, it's so easy to put that mask on with social media, and you can post all, like you can say all of the right things, and you can share all of the beautiful posts that talk about all of these, you know, being loyal and being humble and all those other things. But behind closed doors, you know, it's a whole nother story. It really is a mask. It really
Well, you know
is.
what? We have some other people in the chat. So Kendra is up. Ema, Lency came in first. Lency came in first. So Lency, come forward. Cam up.
Sure, no problem. Give me 1 second. Try to get comfortable.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Uh-oh. All right, come forward, Lency. Oh, Lency's getting herself all cute. Okay, girl. All right, I see you. All right, so talk to us. What's your comment, feedback this evening?
Angry biracial. I'm completely on your side with this, Tonya. I'm surprised people are really coming at you the way they're coming at you, because I find it completely strange that for some reason everyone is coming at you for telling the truth. I never trusted Angry Biracial from the moment that he came on the scene, and I finally saw him, and finally just saw some of the content I was looking at on TikTok and things like that. And I thought to myself, no, that dude's crazy. I don't know why people don't think he crazy. He ain't got it all together. Nah, he crazy.
What was it about him that made you
what these women
know that he was crazy?
Just the things he said about Black women.
And when I saw is what went viral. Hold on, so you're familiar with his stuff? Hold on. So you're familiar with his stuff from when he was Manosphere, Nigcel, Red Pill? Are you familiar with that stuff when he was talking about beating Black women up? Oh, no, not, you're just talking about, the dolls and stuff.
No, not that far. It's when he went viral about talking about the Black dolls and how he didn't want his daughters with Black dolls.
Okay.
And for some reason, he said, I guess he didn't want them identifying with the Black dolls because they're not Black, because they're part of him, which makes them kind of part white, because I think he said their mom is white. So he didn't want to give them a Black doll because of that. And I thought to myself, most people don't know this, but if you actually like have biracials in your family or know biracials, it's really hard to exist, because they exist in a world, and I like to make this very clear so people can understand where they're coming from, is that they exist in a world where they are both Black and white, but neither. Like that's, if I could put it in a situation, like they're both Black and white, but neither.
Yeah.
They're neither Black, they're neither white.
Yeah.
But they exist at the same time, both of them. So they exist in a world where they're going to experience being part white, being part Black, but never fully experiencing either one.
Yeah, yeah. And I can tell you some things.
Angry Biracial is oh, go ahead, Ms. Tonya.
No, I said I could tell you some things. Because before he started pandering to women, I'll wait. I'll just let you all talk. I'll wait, because I know some things.
Yeah.
And I got some receipts, but I wasn't going to put myself in danger to show those receipts. But yeah, so thank you. Ema came in next. Ema, Kendra, and then Amanda has come in on the tail end. So Ema, come forward.
Good evening, Tonya. How are you?
Hey, Ema, cam up.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah.
I'm actually at work, but I didn't want to put too much out there. But yeah, um,
You're
I,
missing.
I I came at the tail end of the um the uh the live on YouTube, and so it was playing back, but it was still running. But I said, okay, we're gonna be on Zoom soon, so I'll do that. But I I don't know why this man is still in our atmosphere. I mean, the minute he already when you told about him debating you, that was that was the cutoff for me. Like I said back then, I'm still saying now, we don't know these men. As you exposed that he was looking for something to sell again, and because we are the demographic that is quick to, oh, sorry, oh, we take your story. Okay, here's our money. We fell for the okadoke.
Mm-hmm.
And now my thing is what I don't get as we're seeing again, black women still siding with the men.
Mm-hmm.
Please leave these men alone because they will never fight for you unless they benefit from it. Leave these
Mm-hmm.
men alone. Leave them. In fact, I like it that let the other men deal with them.
Yes.
Hmm? Let them say what they want to say. Don't say nothing again because you already
Yes.
know what's going to come back and forth. And Tanya, I honestly, I'm going to keep you in your prayers because I understand that issue you're talking about. You say something, you're putting yourself at risk because
Mm-hmm.
this is not the time that you can say something and people have a cordial, can I say, dispute and let
Mm-hmm.
things go. No, MFers are taking now to take out and find out where you live, find out about your family, and take it to the streets, literally. And lives are on the line now, and it's or your livelihood is on the line. So I understand that. I would be careful because even the so-called women in this group, sometimes I'm sorry to say, some of us we will still go inside with the man after you've heard everything. But I don't want to put it all there because it's just the programming in the society that is
Mm-hmm.
catering to men. So what I will say is as women really listen to your instincts. I'm going to go back to that. I'm starting to really listen to my instincts. I can hear what is said, but at the end of the day, it's me that's going to live with what I decide of the outcome of something.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Kendra? Let me give you the unmute. You have to unmute. And you know what, Ema,
Okay.
thank you so much for saying what it is that you said because there's some things that I can't talk about, but you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. Thank you. All right, Kendra, dear.
How you doing, Tanya?
Hey.
Um, okay. I didn't know you was gonna say anything. I'm a little nervous. I never really talk online, but we'll get into that later. But I just want to say, first of all, every time I watch you, the reason why I watch you is because you always spoke your mind.
Mm.
You know, I never heard you ask for advice and things that I've uh, learned in my career as well. I say once you start asking for advice, you unsure about yourself. And my thing is, if whatever you feel is crazy as it sounds, because you was talking something to me yesterday, which is crazy, but today I feel like maybe I should say something to you. Whatever you feel, go for that feeling because Tanya, you have gotten me to look at myself and love myself. And sometimes I had to hear that and how brutal it may sound. And then you got your Jamaican language, it might can't come out. Guess what? I'm nerd. 10 tones behind you, Tanya. I don't know them gentlemen, but they called you out your name. They should be fearing for their life. Because you got some people on your back. I mean, they got your back. And I'm one of them. But yeah, I just felt like if any black man want to disrespect a black woman, F them. F them. So that's how I feel. I'm not going to put them on no pedestal because anybody and everybody can do exactly what they do. If they got the time, they can go and set up a camera. They can go set up a microphone and speak their piece, you know, but to get all your information solely off of one person is crazy. Like I come to you for a certain thing. I might get, I guess, whatever his name is from something else. But to be honest, he just lost me. I can't even go look him up because you already disrespecting me. You disrespecting us. You know, and we're still one of those people that got to keep you up when you feel low, you know, but I love my people. I think we all might be a little confused or lost sometimes. We all need to sit down and drink water and really have these discussions because I don't have to agree with everything you say, Tonya, but I know your intentions are pure and I wouldn't call you out your name. And hopefully you give me that respect and not call me out mine. But this is your show, and I don't even have the, like, I think I got anxiety right now.
Oh, no, take your time,
I think
girl.
I got anxiety
Take
right
your
now.
time.
I'm just happy. Like, I'm learning myself. I'm getting to love my life. And what I tell people, because you got me to start coaching others. As crazy as that might sound, me having anxiety, I'm pushing through. And you actually opened that door. I didn't know what a coach was. I thought you only had therapists or social workers, but having a coach, somebody you can sit down and have a conversation with is amazing. So you keep this platform open for us, you know,
thank you. I
and
appreciate
like
that.
the young lady before me said, she'll pray for you. So I'm here for you. I could pray all day, but I'm here for you. And that's, look, I'm pushing all that to the side to say, we can give them my energy if we want to. It's up to you. You tell me what you want us to do.
Thank you. Thank you. I
'Cause I'm here
appreciate
for
that.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So who was here first, Silverest or Amanda?
I know, I think I was here first, but I had an opportunity to speak and Amanda did not. Initially, you had asked me to cam up and I wasn't ready. I had to get cam ready. But I can't mute myself. I'm sorry. I don't know how to mute myself.
Oh, I help you. I help you. Don't worry, I got you.
Right.
All right. So, all right.
So,
So,
yeah,
Amanda, come forward. Amanda?
Who, Amanda?
Yeah, let me click unmute. Come
I'm
forward. You have to
mute.
unmute yourself, babe.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. Come up, mama.
I can. I'm driving.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead and speak your piece real quick.
My piece is that a lot of women, a lot of Black women, have always had to protect their brother. This is my little brother. I have to protect him. I do everything for him, but they've never had to reciprocate that energy.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't see them reciprocate that energy.
Right. Yeah. So elaborate on that.
Is, when they're down, they are expecting us to put our neck out for them. But when it comes to reciprocating that energy, you never see that. They think that you're supposed to give 100% of yourself, and then if they want to give you breadcrumbs, you should be so grateful in taking that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my piece.
Yeah, and you know what? The thing is it a requirement for them to reciprocate? Is it a requirement? Just like with the Democrats who think that they're always going to get our votes. It wasn't until Black people started voting conservative and all this other stuff that now the Democrats are campaigning. But when somebody thinks that they're going to get your undying loyalty, then what do they need to do? You know, especially since it's already expected. So thank you, Amanda, for adding that. We have Glenn in the house. Glenn, come forward.
Hey, is that me?
Yeah, that's what your
Yeah.
name.
Oh, my name is up there. Well, my name is Yusef, Tonya. I watch the show all the time.
Okay.
Um, I'm from the Ratchet Today show, and I really love you. And I've done a couple videos about your videos, and I saw this one, and it outraged me. It triggered me. It reminded me of people in the community. I also came up here one time before. I think it didn't go as well. We didn't argue or anything, but I don't think I made sense. Um, but we go through a lot of accepting everybody. Black people accept everybody. A lot of these people are disgruntled. They're created from the lower parts of the Black person and the non-Black person, you see? And they both had issues with the Black side and the Black community. And these children are created and they feel like someone said earlier, not Black enough, not white enough. But that's not the Black community's fault. It sounds like a lot of direct issues, mommy issues, and daddy issues that they need to take up with the Black side. You know what I mean? Because if I choose to breed out the community, then that's my responsibility to instill a certain level of Blackness into that mixed person, not the Black community. And they keep on pumping them out to the world as if we're all breeding out and as if we're all, just because we have relatives that might be mixed. And again, they're connected to those types of people in our family too. If you think about the type of people who breed out in your family, I got an uncle. He bred out like that, and the way he taught the kids to be against us, and we couldn't come and play at their pool and all types of stuff like that. And so these kids grow up with all these identity crises, and so do the Black community. So we don't care about your identity crisis over our identity crisis. Okay. And also we got so many issues to unpack that I'm so sorry that I'm drawing a blank. I don't know why you bring nervousness out of people, Tonya. I'm usually very confident when I'm speaking, but you just got this demeanor about you, and I love it because it reminds me of a strong queen, and that a strong king will be attracted to. Anything less than that is weak. But like I said, these dusties and these crusties and these different terrestrials, these and you can say what you want. People get on me all the time because I call them half breeds, or I would say octoroon or something like that. And I really mean it because it's the attitude and the mindset. They prove it every time. And Black people's always taking up for them. The last thing I'm gonna say, unless someone else speak, they always get the grace and the protection and the shelter from the Black community that's deserving to Black women and even other Black men. They will extend that to a non-Black person or an approximate Black person before they would their own self or their own women. And so it's all this protection that y'all claim y'all don't have in the community. You're giving it to the half-breeds. I'm going to pause it there and get my thoughts together. Thank you, Tonya.
Okay, well, thank you, Yusuf. I will say this, in terms of whether we're calling them half breeds and all this other stuff, right? I think that there's a way to have a conversation without being purposefully divisive. Like, we don't have to call anybody a name. Like, we don't have to call them half breeds. We don't have to attack an entire cohort of people who may not have even done anything offensive. Like, some people are just existing. There's some people who are offensive, like the one that we're speaking about. Is there some thought that you have about that particular biracial person?
Yes, I'm disgusted by him. I'm disgusted by him. This is what I'm saying. He's created of the lower parts of a Black person and a non-Black person.
Right, but
He's
see,
instilled.
Just hold on. So see, if we're going to talk about that one person, we can contain our critique about that person and not have it radiate out towards other people who may be of the same demographic but have not offended us. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because as we sit here, if you're talking about, hold on,
That's a social grace.
It is, listen, being not insulting a person is more than just a social grace. It's like, there's something we don't have to do. It's like, we can have a discussion about the wrongs that a person has done without radiating that out towards other people of that same demo who haven't done anything to us. And it has nothing to do with a social grace. It has to do with who it is that we choose to be as human beings. And I'm just saying that there's no need to group all of them into a blanket and then insult them by that, because there are many biracial people out there. Like you said, if there's a lot of quote unquote breeding out going on, that means that Some of the people on this panel have biracial people in their family. Some of the people in the audience have biracial people in their family. Some people, and look, we're all here in this country with a lot of the vast, how many of it? I believe it was, I believe by the time the enslavement era in this country ended, there were millions of Black people who had been capital R worded and produced children of that.
Right.
So if you look at yourself
Right.
there, without whatever mix it is you have, whatever mix I have, whatever mix anybody on the panel has, we can have a discussion about a vlogger who is toxic and dangerous without lambasting an entire community of people who haven't done anything to us. That makes sense, right?
Right. And that's not my intention, Tonya. And sometimes it can come off like that. But again, it comes from an overprotectiveness because, like, even that right there, I appreciate that. And I always admire Black women when they have that strength to be that way. But that's even that. No one comes up and ticks up and says, wait, stop and respect Black women. You're talking about all Black women now. Or stop. You're talking about a lot. I don't see these other groups of people stopping the breaks on us like that because again we do got all these people. Most of the people that I remember was in my family that we had to check and put in their place and teach how Black they really were,
Right.
but
So
that's not
hold
our
on. So
responsibility for everybody
let me
who's
just
not our family.
let
The
me
same way they
interject.
say they don't protect y'all if y'all not their
Let me
wife.
interject right here. You can hear me, right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We're talking about this show, this platform. I can't attest to what anybody does in any other space. I really like to move on
Right.
because now the conversation has derailed into all biracial people unnecessarily, rather than us just keeping
Well,
the
it wasn't
conversation.
supposed to.
It did. And so that's why I want to get it back on track. And so I will just say this.
Okay.
You may not have meant to, but this is what happened. And I can't talk about whether or not anybody else sticks up for Black women, Black men, whomever. All I can say is that right now here in this space on my platform, we don't have to insult anyone. That goes for you or anybody else, because I'm sure you would
Yes.
know that if somebody came up here and tried to talk about all Black men or all Black women, or you know that this would be something that I would put the kibosh on. And I have.
Right.
So let us get back to the topic at hand. This particular man
Yes.
has entered into the space and is pandering to women. So the floor is open for anybody to speak at this point.
I received that, Tonya. Thank you, because I'm really am working on that, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. I don't know how this conversation went from what it was to biracials, all of them are bad, and all of this, like pro-Black stuff or whatever you were talking about. Initially, we were discussing, like people coming off a certain way on social media and things like that as being like pleasant and kind, and how that can be very deceiving for, like the public and people who they deal with in person. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
Because it's a behavioral pattern. Like this guy who's attacking Tonya, I've seen a lot of them do that. So that's kind of probably where I was coming from. But again, it's not my offense to anyone but him. He's allowed to brand himself as angry biracial. Someone says angry Black man, it's an issue. I've learned it. So,
Right.
Even angry Black woman, it's an issue. So it's just that label, and it's just I see the way that it goes, and each little experience adds up to the entire socialization of us. So, again, anyone who's offended, I'm sorry, and I definitely respect your platform, Tonya.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was it. But it's never
Has
about all, because
anybody
like
has
even when
any
you can
has
take this
anybody
one
up
person and talk
here?
about him and start breaking it down in the layers of it, others automatically get offended and automatically associate themselves, whether you include them or not. And you can put it in the most politically correct way, and it's
Is
still
there?
not be
I'm going
received
to.
properly.
We're going to move on, okay? Because the best way to move on is just to move on. Anybody up
Okay.
here has any experience with a person who is abusive or dangerous? Lency?
Yes.
Oh, Kendra
I
too?
do.
Okay.
I
And when
learned
you
how to
first,
work it, by the way.
what do you mean you learned how to work it?
the Zoom buttons.
Oh, I
didn't
thought you
know
meant you
to
learned
bring
how to
them up.
work them abusive relationships. I was about to say, whoa, okay. So look, here is the link for the Zoom. I'm putting it in the chat again. So when you first met them, how were they? What was it that made you trust them? What types of things did they tell you?
You talking to me, Miss Tonya?
Anyone.
Oh, okay.
The floor is
I would
open.
say that abuse always starts at home. You always attract what you kind of already experienced. So usually when you have abuse, it's usually the reason that's that's why kind of the abuse starts, is because, well, you have it at home, and then when you go out into the world, kind of you gravitate towards that abuse because it's familiar.
Okay.
That's one way to look at it. I just want to interject really quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm not at all trying to negate anything you said. I think that that's one way that it happens. I know for me, I never experienced, like, I don't have childhood trauma. I can say that. I didn't experience abuse as a child. I actually didn't experience it until I got married at 19. So sometimes it is kind of like what you said, where it's like you're used to it, so you accept it. But I know in my case, and I know I'm not alone in this, just like you're not alone in your situation, how you, or everything you just said, it like in my case, I didn't even see it coming. It just came. And I was like, oh wow, like what even is this? So sometimes it could be a familiar pattern, and other times it could be like maybe you were so sheltered you just didn't even know what it was when it hit you, because that's what it was for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard that if you're too naive, if you're too green, yeah, then they take advantage. Abusers will take advantage of you too. That's really probably what happened to you. He saw that you were green, and he saw that maybe he could take advantage of you because you were young, and you were a little too naive, and he just came in running at you.
And he
Because a
was
lot
6
of
years
times abusers
he
will
was
go
6
after
years
that.
older than me. He was 6
Yep.
years older
So
than
you know
me.
what? So
Yeah,
I
so
wanna I wanna ask, I wanna probe on that, because physical violence starts with manipulate. It starts with lying, manipulation. It starts with verbal abuse, and then it starts escalating into breaking things. Then from breaking things, it escalates into punching holes and stuff, and then it starts with the grabbing, and then it just keeps escalating. So if you had no trauma in your background, when he started
none.
insulting you, what was it that made you even allow these insults?
Yeah, so initially it was like talking. It was verbal. I think okay, that's a really good question. What allowed it? What I for me, what allowed it was that I had never. It was I didn't know what to make of it. So I was raised. I'm not gonna go through a whole. I'm not gonna like talk your ear off. But I was raised in a Christian home. And I didn't have a mother. No woman ever took care of me. My father had raised me since I was 4. So I was raised in a very strict Christian household, just me and my dad as the only child. And marriage was always like a real big thing that was like pushed on me. Um, so when I got married and I had all of a sudden I'm 19 and I have this husband, I, honestly, I want to say maybe it was just like lack of
Let me
experience.
ask you this
Maybe
question. Let me ask you this question.
I'm
Let
not
me ask,
sure what made me accept
hold on.
it.
Let me ask.
I'm sorry.
Let me
Go ahead.
ask you this question. You said marriage was something that was just always pushed on you. In what ways did your father push marriage on you?
Well, it was just me and my dad. I'm the only child, and he just always talked about um not having kids out of wedlock. Like that was a big
What did he?
thing. You don't
What was?
have
I want to
kids
hear
out of
some of the
wedlock.
sentences.
It was
Let
like
me
just this whole.
let me
I'm
hear some
sorry.
of the
Is somebody?
sentences that he would say. Let me hear some of the sentences he would say that let you know that he was expecting you to get married early.
Oh wow. Let me think, because I'm
Don't have
I'm now
sex before
36.
marriage.
Yes, don't
Don't
have
have
sex
kids
before
out of wedlock.
marriage. He definitely expressed those two things. Have it, and it was always sin was a big word. It's a sin. So I heard that a lot as a young girl. It's a sin, and you don't want to, sin against God.
Okay.
So
Let me
I'm
say
now
this.
36.
Let
So
me
I'm
say
kind
this,
of
and
like,
I wanna say this to everybody out there, right? I'm gonna put everyone on mute, and then I'm gonna come back to you all. Okay. All right. Let me just say this to you all. There's a book. Uh, I wish I could see it on my bookshelf from here. It's called "Why Does He Do That" by Lundy Bancroft or Barcroft, right? And in this book, it talks about abusive men and how it shows up in our relationships. And I'm going to say this, that many of us have had abusive relationships that we did not know were abusive. And some of the
Yes.
things that we experienced, we kind of just took, my parents, they love me. And so, this is normal, right? Oh, they mock me. Oh, so I'm going to say this. If there is a thing that you encounter that is so odd and so repulsive and repugnant, there's nothing about that that will seem familiar, acceptable. It'll be jarring to your spirit. It's not something that you're going to stay around. This is part of the reason that nobody calls me bitch in my personal life. They don't call me bitch. I was never grown up with those words, and so it's very jarring. A bunch of people lying. I remember I saw a movie years ago where the lights were being cut off. This was never a part of my reality, and it's not anything that I can accept. The behavior that we accept from others, we get so caught up in the word abuse that we forget that there's a lot of things under that umbrella, like making your child feel guilt, shame, dirty, sinful, because they're participating in some activity or not participating in some activity. Trying to get your child, coercing your child into an early marriage. There are remnants of abuse that may exist in how this parent used religion, religiosity, the doctrines of the Bible, the threat of an abusive God, because there's some people who are in an abusive relationship with their Lord and they don't realize that either. And so I want us to just remove the labels and just really take a close, a deep look at some of the things that we were told about our lack of worth, our lack of cleanliness, our lack of worthiness of being worthy of God's love, our sinfulness, us being sinners, us having to do things in the ways that our parents say that we should do them. There's a lot of ways in which many of us were primed for abuse, and we don't realize because these people loved us. And so come back to the front, please, because when you say that you did not have trauma in your childhood, it is impossible. It is impossible to get out of childhood with no trauma. It is impossible. And so the floor is back open for anyone to
okay,
come and
so you
speak.
know what? I had to. I'm sorry, Tonya. I had to take myself off camera because you really just because I'm still on my healing journey. So you just said a lot of things that now I'm thinking like maybe I was traumatized and I just didn't realize it because it came off like it came cloaked in love, even though maybe my dad didn't even realize that
And
that
they
wasn't the
don't.
proper way to do it. But maybe I was traumatized. Maybe perhaps I was not physically. I was never touched. I was never violated physically. And my father wasn't violent. He's a very docile, soft-spoken man. But perhaps I was because, yeah, you made a lot of valid points. And you really got me thinking now. It's too
Yeah,
late for this.
and you know
Can I
what?
add too,
Listen.
Tonya? You made me realize that too, because I think I knew it in the back of my mind, but a lot of people always say, "Oh, you must hate black men because of my talking points." They say in my ferocious attitude towards being behind a black woman, and respecting her experience and stuff like that. I really saw a lot of things growing up that exactly what you said had the exact opposite effect on me because I saw the stuff and I still became hell bent against it. So from watching, like the lady said, the older men grooming of one of my sisters. You know what I'm saying? She dealt with abuse. I remember fighting a guy for them. They wind up jumping on me and then not knowing what's going on or when or how to protect her. Being powerless, watching my mother be abused before. Being powerless, watching my aunts be abused before. My neighbors and my friends, watching all them be abused. Getting into fights with guys who wind up back in the home. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of things like that that make me have a sort of attitude when it comes to this dust. It makes me very aggressive against it. And it is because of witnessing that. And it was traumatic for me to witness that and not be able to, you know what I'm saying, defend the woman, not be able to defend my sister or my mother when I'm a child. And you know what I'm saying? And so I've seen a lot of people go through that in our community and grow up with certain type of disdain for men as well. Because they know they should be not doing that. They know it's wrong. You know, kids know it's wrong.
Yeah,
You
let me add this. There are people who, so listen, abusive people very rarely, really truly internalize the fact that they're abusive. What ends up happening is they're like, well, this person is stupid. They're acting stupid. They're meandering. They're slow. They're doing all of these things. This is why I get angry. I get angry because this person is doing all these things. And then you come to a channel like mine and I'm like, you are in control of yourself. You are doing this because you choose to. You are participating in something out of choice. Like when this man is talking about all of these people and calling them names, that is an internal choice to name call other people and to spread that out there to people who have not offended you. But just the mere fact that there were some other people who have. So it's like and many of us have this, if you think back, because I remember when I read that book, Why Does He Do That? And I'll grab it during the break. I remember that there was a woman in my family whose husband had convinced us all that she was just stupid and all of this other stuff. But that is part of the abuse. Convincing children that a maternal figure is stupid. That way, when it's time for her to get abused, you know, people are like, well, you know, she's done all of these things. She's frustrating him and this and the other. He can't help himself. And there's parts of him that believes that too. All right, so it's time for somebody else to come to the mic. We have, hold on. We have Lindsay, we have Ema, Amanda, Kendra, Silverest, who's spoken a lot. So anybody else who wants to come forward, come forward.
Yeah, Tonya, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I've spoken a lot. I really appreciate you having me up here, and I love your channel. I've been supporting you for quite some time. So you guys have a good night.
Oh, why are you jumping off? Are you just tired, or something happened that triggered you?
Yeah, I am. Well, I'm kind of triggered, but I'm also a school bus driver. I have to be up so early.
Oh,
tomorrow,
you're not having no white
I'm just
claws,
be in
right?
the comments listening.
You leave the white claws in the cooler. Don't be, you saw that school bus driver.
Yeah.
Do I need to drop down too, Tonya? I'm happy to drop or stay.
Yeah, you know what?
Prefer.
We're gonna wrap this up. I think we've gotten most of our points out, unless somebody else. So thank you all for coming out. Anybody who wants to come up and say their final words, please do. Other than that, we're about to start peeling out of here. Kendra, Lindsay, Ema's at work. Amanda, anybody say your final thoughts?
Okay. Well, I'll say my final thoughts then, Tonya. Just remember me at Drinkwater Peace, and I want you to really take what I said serious because I don't think I would ever get to talk to you again. Like, this is probably new to me, but nah, just to get on the topic, I just want to say, I was abused and I didn't know it. And he's seen an opportunity in that. And it's because I didn't love myself and not really taking the time out to do the work to love myself. I was dependent on his love to get me through. So the abuse that I was going through, I feel like I self-inflicted because I wanted to feel love. So That was just to wrap it up. I know Silver was like really needing it, so I didn't want to interject at all, but I definitely, that's why I got into life coaching. Just because I can't be a love coach. Okay, I'm gonna leave that to you, Tonya. But no, I do like health and wellness, like working on how you eat,
Have you
working
gotten
on
training?
how you get up in the morning, you know, because
Have you
those
gotten
things will
training?
keep you focused on yourself a little bit, like brushing your teeth,
have you
washing your
gotten
face.
training?
In training, yes, I am a
No, have
personal
you
trainer as
no, I'm
well.
saying
I actually sell water.
have you received life coaching training?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay.
It was an online course I did, and I'm actually writing as I learn, so I can create a course as well for people, so they can become life coaches too. Because we need
Okay.
more people to actually get the knowledge, and if we can get the knowledge to the people, then we can create jobs, and that's all we need. We don't really need to be like, I don't mean this, like, because I feel like the two guys are abusing their power. You know what I'm saying? Just like the guy I dated, he abused his power. Whatever he said went. And there's no room left for error for people to really think for themselves. And that's where our coaching comes in play. And it's going to continue growing. So I'm not pushing my agenda. I'm just saying, like, it's head on. Somebody needed to hear this.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Listen, I know you did your online course, but if you ever want a recommendation for a very thorough program that I recommend, you can always write to me and I'll drop that link for you. Okay?
Like just regular DM?
On
Or
my
is there
website, just
somewhere
go to
else I need to?
tanyatko.com and click on contact. You can write to me that way. Yeah. How long was the coaching program that you did online?
6 months.
Okay, okay. Yeah, well, you can write
But
to
it was
me.
online, so I
Yeah,
just went
so
through it.
I know a program that's hybrid, that's online, in person, and there's opportunity for community and some very rigorous intuitive life coach training. So you can write to me. Anybody can write to me and I'll give you the suggestion. Or you can just go over to my LinkedIn page and see where I received my training at. It's an amazing course. I'm not going to say it in this video because I'm not, promoting, but you can go to my LinkedIn page and see it on there. All right. All right. So thank you. So Lindsay and Ema are last up.
Yes, I'm here. I'm going to tell everybody, please do the work for yourself. If anything, do the work for yourself. It's a step in process of self-love. Do the work for yourself, whatever it is. Even the talk with Sylvie that you really did send some messages with the looking back at abuse. And I think we've been having it as either a monolith of, oh, abuse is one thing. No, abuse can be in many facets that we never really considered it about. It to the point that I remembered not knowing that the man that was a known molester in our community. I'm Nigerian background. My parents knew this man was a molester, but still left me and my baby sister in his care. And that experience, to even think about it now, it's like wow. So do the work, flush everything out. It explains why we do some things to ourselves, like my own. I built up a guard by putting weight on myself, thinking in my mindset as a little child, oh, if I get fat and I quote unquote look ugly, this man will leave me alone. But not knowing that it's not me who has the problem and not me who has to solve the issue. It's that man over there. So now the letting go and the letting go every way, by the mind, the spirit, my heart, my body physically and mentally. I've seen the progress because now, as a mother myself, I don't want my child to experience those things that I did.
Yeah.
And then if I happen to show those issues up in myself, I don't want to put it on him, but also I see where he is also trying to have emotional control of his own outcome and his own life experience, remembering that I had difficulty and I didn't know where to get the help for him. And it's a big change. It's a big difference. But thank you, Tonya, for giving us this platform to come
Yeah,
out and
thank you for
get together
sharing.
and talk.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm sorry that that happened to you. So many of our parents fail us in so many different ways. And you were definitely failed by being left in the care of a person who was a known abuser, especially parents who have an adult mind. You know what this is. Like, come on. All right. Lency, my dear, you're last up. Last but
Save the
not
best for
least.
last.
Yeah, girl.
Well, Miss Tanya, when it comes down to the stuff that you talk about, I'm not gonna lie, you really do push the boundaries of what we should look for to see the entirety of the picture. Don't just, pick a side and run with it. And I've seen you get a lot of backlash for showing everyone the full picture. And and I don't know why you get it, but to me, that's why I love your content. That's what makes it so unique, is that you don't just jump on the bandwagon and go. You really do, do your due diligence. And I appreciate all that due diligence that you do when it comes down to your content, to push forward, to give us the whole story, not just part of the story, not just to push a narrative, not just to push your
Yeah.
narrative, but to just push the truth. And for someone like me who always appreciates honesty, that is so important. But for me, I have to kind of piggyback on the last lady. Healing is so important. Um, Healing your wounds, healing your traumas, healing whatever's going on with you is so, so important, because you carry that through life. Even when you think you're over it, sometimes it'll creep back up on you, and you have to know how to have a handle on it. So, and not only that, but because as a Black people in the Black community, we're holding on to traumas from literally thousands of years ago.
Oh,
Our
yes.
parents keep perpetuating the cycle and keep it, even though we don't even know what it is, we still have it. And we need to start fishing through that. This is the age of Aquarius. We need to start fishing through these old
Yeah.
things and throwing them out, and tell the next generation to keep the work up and keep it going, so that eventually we can get all of this out of our systems that's been going on for far too long.
Yeah.
We've accepted far too much. We've laid down, become doormats, everything, and all of that stuff. Just, it needs to end. It's I feel like it's the beginning of the end. We're at the omega. We're at the end of whatever it is
Yeah.
that what's been
We have
happening
to
for
we have
thousands
to
of years.
wrap it up because we're almost at
Oh,
2 hours. So we
no
have
problem, no problem. But anyways, Miss Tanya, sorry about that. Thank you so much for your content. I
thank you.
appreciate everything that you do. And you keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you all. You all really did add to the show and you shifted me from the mood that I was in. So thank you. Thank you. I will see you all in the comments. Thank you. All right. So I will say this, and I want us to pay very close attention because this is how we got here, right? We need to resist the temptation to allow abuse simply because the person is abusing someone that we either don't know or don't agree with. We need to resist that temptation because you see what happens, and I want us to pay attention to what happened on this panel, right? That we had this impromptu panel. So thank you to everybody who came up because each person on that panel added something necessary to the broadcast, right? So now there was a person who came up named Yusuf who supports Black women, and in his support of Black women, decided to denigrate another group of people. And because we are of the group that that he is saying that he supports, we can sometimes sit in acceptance of the abuse lashing out towards other people simply because the focus isn't on us, The focus is on people who have been problematic. The focus is on people we don't know. The focus is on people that we don't like, right? So we are okay with the abuse as long as it's towards a party that we don't like. And I am going to say, please, please, resist the temptation of allowing abuse of anybody or anything around you. Don't allow abuse, people abusing their pets, punching their animals, kicking them, whipping them, and all different types of stuff, just abusing them simply because you're not an animal, or you may not even really care for animals too much. These are patterns. How you do anything is how you do everything. And we have to, the same way that we want men to call out the toxic behaviors of their male friends, we need to be able to call out the toxic behaviors of our friends. This is a question I'm going to leave many of us women with, and I'm going to ask you. If you were a man, would you date your best friend? Because we sit there and we hug her and we tell her how these men are just stupid for not accepting her. These men are just stupid, but would you date her? I could do a survey. Don't make me do the survey. I'll do the survey. Let's do the survey. Come on. If you would date your best friend, if you were a man and you would date your best friend, this is for women only, right? I want you to put up the number 3. If you would not, put up a 0. Come on, let's see these numbers. 3 if you would date her, 0 if you would not. Let's see it. Gloria, do you hate when people spank their kids? I hope it's the same feeling, right? Because so many people got caught up in Angry Biracial because he was talking about a demographic who has caused a lot of pain to women. Black women are dying at a rate of, the FBI's data, the latest FBI data says 1 every 6 hours. People are saying that it's more often than that, but I'm waiting for updated data so I can have something to quote. Okay, so we got some 3s in the house and some 0s. At least you're being honest. Some people are being honest. This is your best friend and you love her. However, even some of our best girlfriends, if we could look at it objectively, we could see maybe she's not really there, that if I was a man, I would choose her. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Maybe not. So you hate it. So Gloria's saying she hates it when people beat dogs, but not kids. That lets you know something right there. That lets you know something right there. Or spanks dogs, not kids. Okay. Nonetheless, so I just want us to really pay attention to how we've got to stop condoning toxicity simply because we like the person or we don't like who they're being toxic against. So that's my self-love lesson. Let's see what your self-love lessons are from this broadcast. Come on. Let's see. Type SLL. We didn't check. We didn't get any apples. If there's anybody who wants to send an apple after the broadcast, the screen to take a picture of is right there on the screen. The Cash App. I did not check the apples at all. I was too wrapped up in the broadcast. But if you want to send something after we're off or whenever, you can go ahead and you can do that as well. So SLL, self-love lessons. Let me see, what's the self-love lesson that you learned from tonight's broadcast? Because there are some self-love lessons that we have gathered. I said if you were a man. I didn't say if you were yourself as a woman. Don't trust Pookies in my lesson. Tonya, some kids need some taps. I'm sorry, some dogs need some taps. So don't hate it see, you're proving my point. Some dogs need some taps. I've seen some dogs behaving in some ways that they need some taps. So in the same way, so then don't take your mouth to contort it to talk about you hate when dogs are spanked, but kids are, come on. Do better, Gloria, do better. SOL, trust tuition with vetting. Decenter men and take as long as you need to heal. I am my priority. My peace and protection comes first. Yes. 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 All right. Listen, we can ask the men now. Listen, we'll ask the men afterwards. So men, get ready to put up your 4s and 0s. Men, if you were a woman, not imagining as a man's standpoint, if you were a woman, would you date your closest male friend? Does he have the qualities and caliber that would make for a good mate to a woman? Put up a 4 if you would, or a 0 if you would not. This is for the men. YouTube says, cannot compare dogs to kids. Are you kidding? Why? Why not? Why not? A dog is not human. So if a person can hate when a non-human animal is spanked, but not hate when a human child is spanked, you check yourself. Do better. I listen to what they say and respond accordingly. Where are the men in the chat? They're in here. They're in here. They don't want to answer. They don't want to answer. I will only listen to those who are in line with my morals. The men don't want to answer. They don't want to answer. They don't want to answer. 4 and 0. They're in here because I've seen some male names. I've seen some. They don't want to answer. SOL, keep my actions always in line with my beliefs and morals. Yes. Quote unquote, nice guys are the pookies. You could say that again. Try harder to stay calm and level-headed to reach a broader understanding. While I'm lifting the blindfold from my eyes that have been behind to need to heal, I must ignore the fear of doing the work that will free my spirit. Yes, I must do that. All right. They don't want to answer. You see, they don't want to answer, but I've seen them in here. Now they're running because they don't want to say that they would, and they don't want to admit that they know that they would not. They know they wouldn't. They know he's not good caliber. Oh, the person is saying that's my point, Tonya. Okay. All right. You know what? I didn't know which way you were going with that, but I had to speak my piece. All right. So listen, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And I say part of loving yourself is doing the internal work. Part of loving yourself is having the difficult conversations. Part of loving yourself is protecting yourself and just allowing what happens in the dark to come to light. Part of loving yourself is sometimes sitting back and letting other people duke it out in the ways that those who have the ability to protect themselves can duke it out. All right, so I will see you all. Hopefully we get to do a video tomorrow. I'll see you all. Thank you for coming out, everyone. Thank you. Hey! All right, I'll see you all in the next video.